everybody, welcome back. I'm Kurt Roth, and this is the 505 Sports Venture Foundation weekly program. We're coming to you from the ProView Studios, high above Central Avenue in beautiful downtown Albuquerque. In the studio to my left, behind the glass, is my producer, Adrian Sanchez. And up the stairs, the president of ProView, former Lobo great, Steve Davis. And I want to thank Mr. Davis for giving us this opportunity every week to come to you with some interesting stuff, we hope, about Lobo sports, UNM, and what name, image, and likeness means to the school, to the athletes, and to the New Mexico community. So it's an important time for us now. We're in a fundraising mode, and we are doing really, really well. But we need everyone's help. The way I look at it is the UNM Lobos are our professional team, and we support them, and we live and die with them. So it's up to us. It's nobody else is going to do it. It's up to us. So we need your support. So check us out, 505sports.org. That's 505sports.org. It's a simple click of your phone. It's easy to set up an account. As small as $10 a month makes a big difference for us. So we're going to get to our first guest in a second. We are less than a month away from the opening kickoff of UNM football. And let me tell you, I've been around here now. This is my 52nd year at UNM football. I've never been more excited about it. We're about to move into a new era. So hang out. We're going to come right back with a guest, though I think most of you know. 2 seconds. Stay with us.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mirror here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team's going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
If you're drunk,
blasted,
intoxicated,
ripped, plastered,
destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
That is funny. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of this week's 505 SVF Show. I promise you a special guest, someone who's familiar. I'm going to introduce Luke Weissong. Luke, thanks for being here.
Yep, of course.
How you
Nice to be
doing?
here. Great. How about you?
Okay. We're doing well. All right, as I did in my intro, a month away from the start of the season. And you guys start Wednesday with final camp. What is it called?
Fall camp.
Fall camp.
Yes, sir.
And that leads right up to kickoff.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so it'll be about like 3 weeks of hard and intense practice, but it's good. That's what we need. Every team goes through it, so I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, so most of the people here who watch the show know who you are. They know you, they know your family. But for the 3 or 4 who don't, let's do a little background. Local kid,
Yes, sir.
Cleveland High School. All right, which is a powerhouse. We had our buddy Nick Trujillo on a couple weeks ago. We know how they dominate statewide high school football. But you didn't start out playing football. What was your athletic endeavor as a little kid?
Yeah, so I actually started out with motocross. I raced dirt bikes ever since I was younger. I started when I was like 4 years old, so ever since then, I've always like loved to ride. I've always been like a bike person, like whether it's mountain bikes, dirt bikes. But yeah, I started off racing dirt bikes.
Okay, so you're a racer.
Yeah.
But you come from a family of Lobo football players, and your mom Beth, who we all love, was also an athlete, volleyball.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So your dad played football, and your two uncles played football.
Yeah.
So there came a time when all of a sudden you started to get involved as a kid around Cleveland football.
Yeah.
And what was that?
Yeah, it was actually crazy. Like growing up, like in Cleveland, like all of our like youth practices were like at Cleveland. Everything was Cleveland, Cleveland, Cleveland. We like go to all the high school games, homecoming. We would always, all of us, like me and all my friends, would like run the flags out like before the game. And we were just like submersed in that culture. So I've known it since I was like super young.
So that was just like a regular transition. And you realized, did you know at an early age that you were one of the better players, or was it just obvious?
I actually talked about this with my parents. I don't ever think that I was like a better player. I think that maybe like sophomore year of high school, I kind of like developed like a lot within football. I think that's when like I made like my biggest like strides within like being like athletically like developed and stuff like that. But no, I mean, I feel like I was just another like kid on the team. And
Well, so you were another kid on the team, but as one of those young guys, before you got there, you just felt that you were going to play football at Cleveland.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Ever since I was super young, I always wanted to play for Coach Ridenauer. Everything. So yeah.
Okay, so now you just said you get to a point where all of a sudden things change. You're a sophomore, junior, that transition, and what was the difference?
I don't know. I think it was just learning from the people around me. Whenever my sophomore year, I only played defense, so I used to play corner. So then learning from all the other like older guys around me that had more experience and stuff like that, and just being able to like have those older guys that also went on to go play college. I just got to learn from their like maturity and playing ability.
Well, there's a great example. You just talked about the tradition and like the talent, and that's what I think we look for here at New Mexico to develop. We have not had that winning tradition. If you get to hear Bronco speak, he will refer to the fact we've had 3 winning seasons in the last 17 years.
Yeah.
But at Cleveland, you're expected to win, and you are winning.
Yeah.
And so it's an incredible culture for those who don't know it. Cleveland football, and now Coach Ridenauer is back, correct? So it's just an amazing way to grow up, to learn, to be disciplined, and be a winner. And you guys won.
Yeah, for sure. It was really like instilled in us by the way we did everything. We'd show up there super early, 0 hour before school. It was still dark. Like we always had like tough, grueling workouts. Practices were like never easy. Like conditioning after practice. So like winning and everything was like the expectation. And if we weren't winning or doing like what we're supposed to be, like the like boundaries were like really black and white with everything. So everything was clear and distinct on what should happen and what shouldn't happen.
Clear and distinct. That's a term we'll talk about it in this next segment. All right. So now you start to come into your own as a player. You get your senior year, and everything clicks. New Mexico Player of the Year, Gatorade Player of the Year. What happened?
I think really the main thing that happened was COVID. I only played 3 games my senior year, which was really unfortunate, but I think I got to learn a lot through COVID and all the workouts that like I did. If any of you guys have like been following me for like a little while through high school, you'd seen that like I've done like these like super like hard workouts through COVID with my uncle, dad, brother, like we were like everybody. We would just go and train like crazy, and I think that's what really like set me up for everything.
Okay, so success, but now it's time for college. COVID year, despite the accolades, weren't heavily recruited.
Yeah.
UNM was it, basically, Division One. Did you have any doubts about coming to UNM, or did you want to stay local?
It was funny, like, all, like, growing up, I kind of wanted to, like, go somewhere else, and, like, my parents always told me to, like, get out of here and, like, go, like, live life for yourself and just go, like, learn who you are. But then once UNM was my opportunity, I really just bounced on it, and I was super fortunate to have this opportunity. And I think it all worked out how it should
Wow,
have.
so far it did. And for all you New Mexicans know who have been out there to these games, that this guy right here is a vital, vital part of our program and has done really well in the face of adversity. Anyway, we're going to come back. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back to talk more with our guest, Luke Weichsong. Hang out.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready.
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma, my brother, my tutor, my dad, and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together
Pull together.
to make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Hey, look, it's Dwight Goodman.
This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet. Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight. Boom. Boom.
Hey everybody, we're back for a second segment of a 505 SVF program with our guest today, Lobo football wide receiver Luke Weichsong. We just finished talking about how you got to UNM. So all of a sudden, you leave high school, but you stay local. You show up at a D1 program. What's the biggest difference? Or was there something that surprised you? What was the transition like?
Yeah, I think the transition wasn't too hard for me. I think getting used to the size of everyone was kind of like my main like transition, because in high school, like, I mean, everyone's like a certain size, and then you go to D1 and like people are like way bigger and stuff like that. But I actually like enjoyed the transition a lot. Everyone, like the teammates that I had, really like made it smooth, and the coach that I had at the time, my old wide receiver coach, he helped me a bunch. And just really just talked me through it. So it was.
Well, who was in charge? Who recruited you to UNM?
Yeah, a Coach Blackman. He was the receiver coach at the time, and he was the one that had recruited me.
And what was working? Was that a difference that you had like an experienced coach for one position? Was that different than high school?
Yeah. I mean, we had in high school we had like a specific like slot receiver coach, but in college, yeah, it was nice to have that like specific like receiver coach that knows like in depth of like what he's talking about, everything, film, all that. So,
but how was the work level? I mean, it sounded like with your family and Coach Ridenauer and the tradition at Cleveland, you worked really, really, really hard.
Yeah.
But was that a difference, or was it just the same kind of work with just bigger athletes?
Yeah, I think for me it was just like the same kind of work, just like bigger athletes. We were doing like similar stuff. Cleveland ran at a very like high professional rate, so being able to have that really helped me through the transition because it was like smooth for me. Like I thought the workouts were just fine, like similar to everything that like I was used to doing. So I think it was really good.
So all right, so now you're a freshman and you got on the field.
Yeah.
All right, what was that? What was your first? Do you remember your first time on the field, D1?
Yeah, yeah, it was crazy because it was like in our first game, and we had this like kind of like trick play set up, and we'd been practicing it for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, they ain't gonna run like the trick play like in the game, like this is just like all practice stuff. And then they're like first drive, they're like, Luke, you ready? I'm like, yeah, like let's go, like. But yeah, it was crazy. Our first game had a catch towards the end zone, had like a few other runs and stuff like that, so it was cool.
So that must have been great.
Yeah.
Okay. So as the year goes on, what's the difference between D1? Is it just a physical wear?
Yeah. I think the physical wear, being able to stay on top of like film study, on top of your body, recovery is like a huge thing that I do every week, every day, honestly. You have to stay on top of it because if not, it's really going to catch up to you quick. So,
well, let's go back to that first year. What was the best team you played?
I think it was Texas A&M was really good. We played at Boise. They were really good that year. We played at Fresno too. They were really good. So really like those three teams.
Athletes. Any specific athletes that you were just impressed with, whether on offense or defense, whether you played against them or not? What did you see?
Yeah, I think whenever we played at Texas A&M, my freshman year, Devon Achane, I'd actually ran track against him a few months later whenever I ran indoors. And yeah, he was super fast, and I remember him, I remember him in track from football, so just being able to see that like speed like on the field was like insane. So
what about in the Mountain West? Who were you impressed with in the Mountain West?
Yeah, Fresno had some guys at the time offensively. I don't remember their names specifically, but I used to watch them and try to like take little like critiques from their game and stuff like that. They had a lot of good and deadly weapons on their offense. So.
Okay. So your freshman year, you did suffer a shoulder injury, which again popped up last year. Same injury?
Yeah.
Basically, how did that happen?
Yeah, it's just kind of like a freak accident. Caught the ball, turned a certain way, and dude just jumped on my back, and just the pressure of landing on my shoulder just caused injury. So.
And what was separation or just
Yeah, I separated my
shoulder.
shoulder.
So last year you played a lot, but you still redshirted, and you're still eligible for 2 more years. Are you fully recovered?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm fully recovered, healthy, ready to go.
So what do you do to rehab?
Yeah, it's just a lot of like strengthening stuff like that, band work, blood flow restriction, and needles, everything like that. So I work with my athletic trainers and my strength coaches daily, so they help me out a lot.
We're going to talk about the strength coaches. It's a pretty wild scenario. Everybody laughs when I say it. If you've been there, I have been there, guys. Let me tell you, it's a different deal. All right, so now we're going to camp on Wednesday, a month to the season, and you've been in this program now, since January, the Bronco program?
Yep.
Big difference, huh?
Yeah, huge difference. Everything, expectations, the standard, everything is very black and white. There's no like gray area at all. So just really just knowing like what's expected of you and what's not acceptable.
So confident, the group to us, and when I say us, both myself and my chief of staff, Nancy Marquez, have interacted with about half or more of the players this year. Everyone's positive. Everyone's looking forward to the season, and everybody's pretty confident.
Yep. Yeah. Everyone. It's like a total like mindset shift from last year. Everyone just knows how hard we work on a day-to-day basis. So just being able to see that like for your own eyes and just physically like be there and like go through it, everyone like feels really good and confident.
All right. Well, we're going to take another break. We're going to be right back. So stay with us. I've got a lot more for Luke. So hang out, please.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mirror here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team's going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
What's going on?
Who are you guys?
Well, sir, I'm going to pick you up at the DWI checkpoint for drunk driving.
And that's when I have to come down to get you out of jail.
Well, temporarily. I'm Judge Torres. They call him the Hammer. Hey, hot off the presses, champ.
I'm real proud of you, honey.
Way to make them happy back home, Captain.
Who's that?
That's your new buddy in jail.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them, gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
Keep saying it. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the final segment of this week's 505 SVF program. I'm here with Lobo wide receiver Luke Widesong. We've got so much to talk about in so little time. One thing I did want to touch on and ask you about is that under Coach Mendenhall, he gives every one of you guys what we refer to like as a mindset journal. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, so he came in and he gave us these journals. It has like you put like the date obviously, and then like your like goals for the day, what you want to hit, and then your like set schedule, like what's going to happen. And he always says that scheduled events are going to happen, and so like he puts everything like practice everything, and then there's like 3 things like at the end of the day that you write down that like you did good, and then one thing that like you can improve on. And I think it helps out a lot just being able to like go and like really like review your day and like see what you started off like thinking the day and like how your mindset like changed and flowed throughout the day.
You like doing that?
Yeah. It takes definitely some discipline to be able to do every day, but I think it's good for you.
Well, isn't that basically what Team Mendenhall is all about? Discipline and expectations?
Yeah.
You're laughing, huh? You're laughing. Okay. So let's just touch on a couple of kind of goals. First, before I get to team, you have any personal goals this year?
Yeah, I just want to be like the best teammate I possibly can for my teammates. I just want to put us in the best possible positions to win and stuff like that. Whatever comes. I just want to see success and smile on face for everyone.
No individual stats. You don't even think about that, right? Just get out there and play football. Okay, so We mentioned this off camera. I've asked a couple of the other guys about it. I know we don't want to talk about gambling and college students, but in Las Vegas, the under-over on Lobo wins is over 2. You guys are going to win more than 2 games?
Yeah, for sure. Come out to some games. We're gonna have some shows to put on for sure. So.
Well, there you go. So you heard that. You're getting. It's not a tip. That's not a tip. Okay. So Luke Weissong individually, you like to. Guys your age always have different kind of musics they listen to. Workout music, chill music. What's your workout go-to?
Yeah, workout music, like more like rap. Sometimes I listen to like EDM music, stuff like that, just to like get blood flowing, like intensity. I guess I don't know. Like,
that works. Headsets in the workouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Chill. What do you listen to when you chill?
Chill. I listen to more like R&B, like flow, country music too.
Any favorite artists?
My favorite artist is Gunna. I actually got to see him at a concert this past summer, so I was really happy for that.
Who's that?
Gunna.
Oh, Gunna. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. The other thing that we didn't mention, and I didn't talk about this before, but other guys have, and I've heard Coach Mendenhall talk about the interview. Have you had the interview?
Yeah.
Tell us what that's like.
Everyone's had their fair share of the interview, but for the guys that are on the team and that have been under Coach Mendenhall, they all know like what it is. It's basically a requirement to be able to even just to go through fall camp, but it's kind of like a rite of passage, more like a hardship that like everyone has to go through to be able to be on the team.
But it's an individual kind of workout.
Yeah.
But Bronco doesn't interview anybody.
Yeah.
It's you work out.
Yeah.
Well, give us a little bit of a description.
Yeah.
What it was like for you.
Yeah, it's grueling. It's definitely takes over like an hour. I don't want to give like too much of the specifics. I kind of want to keep it to like ourselves. But
okay.
But yeah, it's really intense. Body's hurting a lot after, and you really like find out like really like what you're made of. So it's
excellent.
intense.
All right, here's a little fun question. You had an opportunity to go to dinner with 4 people, alive or dead. Who are your 4?
Dana White, Adam Sandler, George Washington, and Elon Musk. I think that's a solid 4 we got. Some comedy, good vibes, seriousness, smarts. We got it all.
All right, let's talk first a little bit. Adam Sandler, what's your favorite movie?
Definitely. Oh, this is so tough.
It is tough.
I don't even know. He has. I like Blended. Blended's a really funny
Blended,
movie. Yeah,
okay.
That one's funny.
I actually like the last 2 where he's a basketball scout. I don't even know what and he's a diamond dealer and he's a compulsive gambler. He's great. All right, why George Washington?
I just think it'd be cool just because he's like our first president of the country, so just being able to see all that. And
Get some history.
Yeah.
I want to know about his wooden teeth if they hurt when he eats a hamburger or something. Okay, you're a UFC guy.
Yeah.
What's the attraction?
I just think maybe like the violence from the sport maybe like attracts me, but I don't know. Me and my brother, ever since like COVID came, me and my brother always have like really like followed the UFC. We buy like all the pay-per-views, like all like the fight nights. We like watch everything, all like UFC countdowns, videos, everything. We're just been super famous.
So after football, we can see Luke in the ring. Is that a potential?
Maybe there's potential. You might see me in the ring.
There's potential. All right, and lastly, Elon. Why?
I just find him really fascinating with everything that he does with like Tesla, Starlink, like SpaceX, all his stuff, and he's like super smart person, obviously. So I just think that'd be interesting.
Would you have one question to ask him?
Yeah. How he thinks? Does he think like a normal person? Does he think like me? Like I don't know. Like does
what's
his brain,
his process?
Yeah. Does his brain work?
I'll bet that guy takes a journal.
Yeah.
Anyway, Luke,
yeah.
Thanks for coming
Thank you.
today.
I appreciate it.
Everybody else, Lobo football a month away. Let's go Lobos.com. Season tickets, they're a bargain. Let's get involved. Let's bring that stadium back. These guys are going to do it. So we need the public to be there and watch it. Don't wait because it's going to be a blast in August, let me tell you. August 23rd, I think, is the home opener. Be there. All right, I'm Kurt Roth, 505 SVF program. Glad to have you here, and we'll be back next week. Thanks for being with us. There you go.